I'm now joined by my great colleague and friend to the south, who represents part of Redwood City with me and most of Santa Clara County, a great leader in terms of women, in terms of representing the Silicon Valley, a great friend, Congresswoman Eshoo.
Good afternoon, everyone. Isn't there a sign downtown Redwood City that says weather best by government test? We keep that promise today. It's absolutely gorgeous out, and it's wonderful to see all of you here, and especially all the young women, the young Rosies that are standing behind us. Aren't they great? Aren't they great? And our thanks to the incomparable, and I mean this, incomparable Jackie Spear. The incomparable Jackie. Jackie has given you a great history of what has taken place and why today is really a call for action. That's what today is about. So when we leave this beautiful setting, having enjoyed ourselves, hopefully enjoyed the speakers, you can't stop. You can't stop. You're going to have to go out and talk to your family, to your friends, the people that you go to church with, the people that you know who you raised your children with, the people in your neighborhood. Because this is all about the future, a better future for our country. Now, since our nation's founding, there has been an absence of the state of equality for women under the Constitution. We all know that. And it seems as if, because it was so long ago, that it's dusty and it was an idea from then, and it really doesn't have any applicability now. But under the law, we are a nation of laws. It does. And Congresswoman Spear described how women are caught on the legal ropes without an equal protection under the law. So during the drafting of the Declaration of Independence in 1776, I don't know how many of you have read about Abigail Adams. She was really quite a woman. And that's right, yeah. I mean, if you haven't, get the book and read about her life. It really upholds that saying, behind every great man, there's a greater woman. But she wrote to her husband, John, who was to be a future president, and she said to him, in the new code of laws, remember the ladies, and do not put such unlimited power into the hands of the husbands. Imagine that. Imagine that. She understood that. Now we are fast forward more than 2 centuries later, a constitutional guarantee of equal rights for women in this country, and women comprise the majority of the population. So the majority of the population of this great nation is not treated equally under the law. So today, as we celebrate Women's Equality Day, we celebrate really those whose shoulders we stand on. And great, great women, so many of them having done what they did in total anonymity, but we still stand on their shoulders. But I think that there is something that we owe them for the paths that they paved. And no one gave them anything. Even though the newspaper headline said, women given the right to vote. Women were not given the right to vote. They fought. They chained themselves to the White House gates. They were imprisoned for what they thought, and they were ostracized as being the freaks of the community. They were made fun of. They were made fun of. So they paid a huge price, but they had a very clear vision about where we needed to go and why. And that's why, in order to do this, to accomplish really what's been on the book of attempts, let's put it that way, the Book of Attempts is a very important idea because the framers made it very difficult, and for many good reasons. A very, very tall mountain to climb to amend the Constitution. It's a very serious undertaking. I think only twice in 22 years have I co-sponsored an amendment to the Constitution of the United States. It's a serious undertaking. But we know what the Constitution calls for, and we will honor that. But there isn't any reason why Congresswoman Spears' resolution extends the deadline date. Just extend the deadline date and allow those numbers to stand, and then we can complete the job. We can complete the job. We don't have to start from scratch. And, you know, Jackie is a great fixer. She sees something that's wrong, she works to make it right. And she is more than right on this one. So I think and I'm proud to be a part of it, obviously. I think that it's almost unthinkable that here we are in the second decade of the 21st century. The second decade of the 21st century. I think it's time for us to be making some more history. And I think that the inequalities of women, whether they are economic, whether they are in the workplace, whether they are held back because they are single heads of household, whether they are held back because they work for so much less pay, all of those need to be changed. But if this is changed, as my daughter said to me last night on the phone, now you're talking, Mom, now you're talking. So we need all of you in this call to action to move this forward. And when we do, it will be for the good of the entire country. Women, children, men, regardless of where they live, regardless of their income, regardless of their ethnicity, it will be an eloquent statement about what America can and should be. She will be made more beautiful. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.